At least one member of our board would like to make some comments. Governor Brown.
Yeah, I'm going to be voting no, and I don't want to be understood that I'm reflecting on the quality of this new chancellor, but I am coming from the position that the cost structure of the university is such that it assumes a level of state funding over the next several years and tuition increases that I think are not acceptable, and that a more balanced program that would recalibrate the existing model is called for. This is a very complicated institution. It's the outstanding academic university in the world. So changes by nature have to come slowly, and great respect for how this magnificent institution has evolved over time. But when the expected growth in costs exceeds the GDP growth on an annual basis, the question has to come from where will the funds come from? And the answer is there's really only three sources. They come from the state, and I want to say publicly I'm going to be a very strong advocate for increased state support of the university. They can come from fees and tuition and the long-term borrowing by students, and they can come by reducing costs, by altering, restructuring, changing the model of which the university now functions. When I reference that, I do so with full knowledge that this university is embedded in a larger pattern of American higher education, and many salaries, administrative, professorial, are higher in other places. Having said all that, we are a public university, and I'm the president of the university. I'm also the governor, and I've just come through a campaign where I've pledged to the people that I will use their funds judiciously and with real stewardship, with prudence. I even referenced the story of Joseph advising the Pharaoh to put the grain in the granaries and not spend everything on the first year. And that will certainly be my guiding light as I put together the budget for this January. Anyway, there will be continuing calls for, I want to choose my word carefully, greater efficiency, greater elegance, modesty. I want to avoid the term austerity because that seems to raise a lot of hackles. But we're going to have to restrain this system in many, many of its elements, and this will come with great resistance. The leader of the system, the leaders, have to demonstrate that they also are sacrificing or maybe I don't want to use the word sacrifice, they're living in the new paradigm to be created, which is a university that functions at a lower cost ratio than currently is the case. Now, I want to acknowledge that the university is in a competitive position and is judged alongside of these other schools. So this is not an easy task, but I have embarked upon it. And the reason why I believe a $50,000 increase from the incumbent, even though that incumbent has not received a pay raise, does not fit within the spirit of servant leadership that I think will be required over the next several years. So I intend to work with this university. I have a very good relationship with Mark Udoff. We can discuss, we can disagree. We are aware that the longer-term challenge is much bigger than any one salary. But I do want to at least put my marker down. This is where I'm coming from, and I invite collaboration at all levels of the university as we work to meet the mission of the university and serve the people of California.
Thank you very much, Governor. We do appreciate your comments.